He's sobered up, he's fired up, he's ready to go.
You guys hear what happened to Jesus? That was fucked.
This episode's brought to you by Carlton Dry.
Oh, the driest beer in the business, thankfully.
Episode 27 of the MacPack Podcast, take 2.
G'day and welcome to the MacPack Podcast.
We're back.
My name's Shane McKenna, and to my left this week, in order of having the least amount to do with the big beer spillage of Wednesday evening, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, mate?
Not bad. It feels good to be perfectly innocent in Spillgate.
Good on you, mate. And to my right, coming in at 6'1" as he does every single week, is the man with the clumsiest hands in the business, Mr. Riley McKenna. How are you, sir?
I spilled a bit. I did spill a gate. I did spill the gate.
He spilled a hell of a lot of Carlton Dry all over the roadcaster on Wednesday
Genuine
night.
shocker.
But the devices come good.
It's alright. It's alive.
It took a couple of hours. It's sobered up, and it's ready to go.
It had a red Powerade in the morning. It was ready to go after the big night.
Much like most of us. It's a Good Friday. It's an interesting release. It's a record day release. We're turning your Good Friday into a great Friday. Let's get into it. Boys. The episode that we didn't really think was going to happen
We're here.
on Wednesday night. So we perch up. We come in here as we do. We usually do it earlier in the week.
Do we though?
We
try.
We try, but we've had busy schedules in the last couple of. So we sat down on Wednesday. We planned to do it Wednesday. It was going to be a tough.
It was already going to be a late
So
recording.
I had already come back from basketball.
Yeah, it was
about
late on Wednesday as well.
It was like
9:20 p.m. Yeah.
Fatigue had set in amongst the team.
And Jake was like, you know what? It's a fucking Wednesday. Grab us a beer.
Well, we perched up, ready to rumble. We had the run sheet organised. We had the roadcaster set. We had the computer set. We had basically everything ready to go. All we had to do was fucking hit go on the cam.
Yep.
And rip into it. Crack the beer early, which is a little bit
early.
It's a little bit of a
risky move.
well, normally we do it mid-ep just because it's a bit, I don't know, it's not really on my mind to be worrying about that sort of stuff. But we were ready, we were organised, and we were pumped, we were ready to go.
Yep. Set up the setup during the day so we didn't have to think about it.
Yep. Yeah.
Genius. Great.
We were
A
across
great early play by Riley.
Oh, it turned out it was very, very early. But
Yeah.
literally cracked the beers open, had them sat there, one for you, one for me.
Mine
And
was not on the table.
The moment that I
Smart
did it, I
move.
was like, this is unusual. We don't normally do this before. And it
good reason.
quickly became apparent why. So Riley what'd you do? Try and tap me on the shoulder for some fucking...
I made a gag, then Jake said another gag, and then I went, you're funny, Jake, and went to go tap him on the shoulder and just went...
Decided just knock the shit out of my beer. Anyway, so all systems are going at the moment, and hopefully they continue to go for not only this episode, but for the rest of time.
Please.
Fortunate it was a Carlton Dry, because I think if it had been any other
A
type
Carlton wet.
yeah, if it had been a Carlton Wet, we would have been in all sorts of strife. It dried out within the 24 hours.
This
Back
is
in action.
And here we are ready
We
to
do
give you
have-
27.
These are the paper towels we use.
Oh my goodness.
to
we do have
wipe it up.
issues
Props.
with the like the sound mixer because of the incident. Hopefully, like if we try and get the warranty, they don't listen to us.
Nobody
So
will talk about
if
it.
this episode disappears in a couple of weeks, you'll all know why. We're coming off the back of... Well, that was the saddest part. We're coming off the back of, without a doubt, the best episode we've done, the most successful episode we've done, and the most downloaded episode we've done as well. So, Craggsy joined us last week. If you haven't heard that, Jesus, I
You're
don't
missing
know
out.
where you've been. Run it back. It's had I think it's nearly had 100 downloads just in itself,
Ballin'.
which is
Pretty good.
very good for the big man.
Yeah.
It smashed weekly records within days, essentially. Like it hit the ground running quickly come Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And we couldn't be more appreciative of what he's done for us to come on the pod.
Legend.
We had a hell of a lot of fun.
We did.
I was thinking about how funny it would have been if he was the night that he was over.
Oh,
Yeah.
it would have been so fucked. I did think that at the time because it was very tense in here. It was very
Yeah, some
Tensions
people
were
handled
high.
it worse than others.
yeah, Joe to really crack the shits. As to be expected. We also have this week. We were meant to do it a couple of weeks ago. We can't stress how busy we've been. We had March Madness taking place
It's eventually going to happen.
this weekend, the first weekend of April, which makes so much sense.
That's how mad it is.
So we're super excited for that as well. So stay tuned. I'd like to tell you when we're doing it, but
March went quick.
who the fuck knows at this point?
Yeah, there was a quick 31 days.
It really was.
The competition will be, as we discussed in who knows what episode it was now. I think it was what,
First week of March.
Yeah, probably. The pool games, the table tennis games, the darts. There'll be competition. There'll be rules. There'll be a big video that'll fucking tell you what the deal is, and basically run you through the competition.
I
And
think there was also talk of like the losers going out dressed as Easter bunnies.
yeah,
which,
that's not
like,
going to be relevant anymore.
Might even be funnier if it's like weeks.
Yeah, if it's in July. So yeah, that'll be happening. So stay tuned for that. It'll be
Still going to be good fun. I
yeah, of
reckon.
course it'll be good. April Madness doesn't have the same ring to it, so but nonetheless it should be a laugh.
April angriness.
April angriness.
Oh.
Boys. So what's been going on this week?
Honestly, a fair bit, to be honest. I've been working hard at uni. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Are you on break now?
Yeah, this week's break.
I was actually talking to
Working hard.
Riley. So he's like a film major. How funny
yeah.
would it be called if they were called
Movie.
movie majors?
It would be pretty cool. Like the March Madness movie major. You know how it is. And yeah, so I can't remember the exact day, but I was heading to work and I was getting ready, getting excited for the big shift. You know how it is. And then put on my uniform, went and got some frozen dinner from the freezer.
Yes.
And then Mum and Dad were at home sitting on the couch, and I was like, I'll go say goodbye to my mother and my father.
What a guy.
So I then kissed Dad on the head,
Oh.
said, see ya, Pops. Then head over to Mum. Went to kiss Mum on the head, but she thought I was going for a dap up. So I was behind her as well. So she's just gone with the fist and just clocked me in the skull. Absolutely
time.
whacked my eye. Whack, bang.
Any apology or just onto the road?
No, I was just going off that. No, she did apologise, but still hurt like a bitch.
All right, boys. Obviously recording this one. Good Friday morning, the first morning episode we've ever done.
Yeah.
First Friday record ever.
Weird.
First
Yeah,
Friday
we did.
We
record.
probably recorded
We
every other day of the week. Oh, maybe not Thursday.
we started off doing it super early. We were like, yeah, we'll fucking record on like Sunday
Sunday.
night,
Sundays.
and then we can spend all week. just
because
like
it took ages to edit. Now it doesn't take as long.
Now-
so
now-
we're like, oh fuck it.
Yeah,
Just
now
do
we
it
have
whenever we want.
the now we have the technology to just like it all just like happens in real time. There's no recording on a different device and putting it
Yeah.
in. So now it's just like we could put it. It would sound pretty. It'd sound alright if we just put it straight out. Like there's a little bit of clipping that needs to be done
Yeah.
at a couple of ends, but barring that, we can basically just put it out whenever, like on the spot. And due to that amount of freedom, we're sort of abusing that power at this
Yeah.
point. It went from doing a Sunday night release, like record, to a Friday release. Now it's today.
We're recording
Friday,
it
11,
3 hours
14.
after it's meant to be out.
Yeah, which is not like best practice, but it's current.
It was
current practice.
practice
extenuating circumstance.
Yeah, this will be hopefully the
Is that
first and
what-
last time we do an AM recording.
Definitely.
But where was I going? Oh, the
footy.
Pies. Oh,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake, the Pies. So they played last night?
It's funny because if we had talked about the Pies on Wednesday, it would have been like, oh, they had a great win.
Well, I was going to wear a Collingwood hat on the, but then the episode comes out on the Friday. The video would come out on the Saturday. I just look
Look
fucking
like an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you're welcome for spilling the beer.
don't ever take credit for that. Yeah, not
Not a great game.
Walk us through the emotions.
Well,
sadness.
for
Just a
those
lot of
who-
sadness.
Don't watch footy. We could still explain the heartbreaking situation. So what happened, Jake? What happened last night?
So Pies lead. Brisbane kicked the first
They
goal.
were coming in as underdogs, right?
Who? Brisbane.
Pies.
No, Pies are favourites. Rightly so.
Not on
Okay.
tipping.
Yeah,
Oh.
no.
No, anyway.
People
Pies.
just don't like the Pies.
Pies give up the first goal to Brisbane. Proceed to then lead for basically the rest of the game. They kick ahead and basically took over. Held a decent lead up until half time.
Yeah, because I wasn't watching. I was just checking the scores while I was out.
At half time, Brisbane sort of put within the last few minutes of half time, second quarter, Brisbane chucked the gas on and brought it back to 7 points. And then it was close basically from then on. We kicked ahead by a couple. They pinched a couple back, but never to lead.
Ebbs and flows.
And then within the last...
only time they led was
I genuinely think, from memory...
the first goal.
I've tried to erase a lot of it from my memory. The first goal of the game, and unfortunately, at the end...
Last goal.
Yeah.
It's funny because that doesn't... You know
Doesn't
how they
make
have, you know,
any
like they have the
sense.
time in the
Yeah.
league chart.
So we led for 97% of the game.
Oh, I hate that.
including the final siren.
Yeah, when the siren went, we were in front. But when we left the park, we
Brisbane
were...
kicked a goal after the siren.
Yeah,
to
Zach
Pies.
Bailey.
So it was a mark. Where did he mark it from?
He marked it about 40 out directly in front. The kid
Perfect
is a
mark.
jet, and he literally straight away as he marked it, it was like,
That's
he's
the
not
game.
gonna fuck him. He's just very cool headed.
He was
Apparently
pretty small.
didn't- apparently
I didn't think he
didn't-
was going to make the distance.
He's not that small. Apparently didn't hear the siren.
Oh,
Like he's just like so.
He was walking in, wasn't it?
He went back. He went back. I think he knew the siren was gonna go, but he was just like, yeah, no, I didn't hear it. Like just like so cool.
Yeah.
The moment it hit his foot, he turned and celebrated. He did not watch it go through. He's
You
probably
would-
the only person on the field that was
Didn't see
unaware
it
that.
going.
Yeah.
I guess you could just tell.
Because he flushed it, like
He
just
was
smacked
just-
straight away. Watch the replay. He literally
it was a great
drops it on
kick.
his foot, and the moment it hits, he turns right and just like gets swarmed. Just genuine heartbreak for the whole mob.
Shocker.
it's yeah, it's like obviously it's sad watching your team go down by that, but like games like that. That's why we watch. You know?
It would have been a great time to be a Brisbane.
Yeah, would have liked it the other
we
way
were
around.
we were at the infamous Fremantle Dockers Carlton game of last year.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Where-
Sorry, the
Depending on
fair
where you
few,
stand.
fair few Doc supporters. Great game, bad result is what we'll grab. Similar to last night.
Yeah, and we were there with so we were sitting in the Frio like sort of member section with the Corona tickets.
Fuji.
And then one of our friends was in like the big like the sports bar sort of section, like the bit of a premium sort
Yeah,
of
king of the
zone.
game, Carlton supporter actually. Was in the like the sports
Yeah.
lounge.
So they're pretty lax with the whole getting in there because he just sent us him and his girlfriend's ticket
Yep.
on the phone. We literally just showed the guy and he like gave us a wristband or whatever and we went in.
Damn. The heist. The ultimate Optus heist.
So Frio was up for majority of the game, I think, as well.
Yep.
And then we were out. We were just, chilling and like they got like the nice seats and stuff. We're there.
Yeah.
Just all Freo supporters.
Yeah.
Us in like, purpley sort of stuff. And then Ben in his full
Carlton
Carlton
kit.
gear.
Love that you didn't drop his name earlier in the piece, but you've just dropped it now. He listens. He wouldn't mind us talking about this.
It's an
He's like,
appraising story.
No, everyone's going to know I go for Carlton now.
Yeah, and then Jackie Nunes go after the siren.
Yeah, on a very questionable free kick.
Yeah, Ben knew we got punched out, but like there was like an 80-year-old man
yeah.
sitting
you
in
got
front
the
of
clip
us.
of him celebrating still?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
chuck that
I've
on the
got it.
YouTube video as long as Benny's fine with that. But
It was like,
piercing funny.
yeah, obviously I wanted Freo to win, to support them. But just seeing how happy
He was
Ben
stoked.
was, he was
Yeah.
like jumping up and down, going nuts. And then this like older couple was sitting like 2 rows in front of us. And
Yeah.
this guy who Ben was so like in the moment, he didn't even hear, but this guy was like calling him like a dick and stuff.
Yeah, just blatantly
Yeah.
turned around and just like swore at Ben.
And
Ben
Ben
was
is ju-
completely in the bit like big Zach Bailey in the moment couldn't hear a thing. Yeah, and his wife,
Wife
his
is
like
like
80-year-old
getting
wife,
to
is just like, oh
settle
yeah, Clive, pump the brakes, Ledge. That was a genuine moment. They're the peaks and troughs of footy.
It's crazy how often stuff like that
like that
happens.
happens.
Like especially in like
Basketball,
old sports. Like there's just like always crazy finishes, and it's like this never happens on my Wednesday night. Like game, like social
yeah,
games.
well, because I find also with
Why?
social games,
Scores.
Yeah, fair, but
and also like basketball, you just like run the clock out,
yeah, that's it.
stuff
yeah,
like that.
true. But yeah, it always gets crazy, even with
I think the not having stopped clock
yeah,
and
that's a big
social.
Yeah,
is
that's
a
it.
big thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's been some, but it also adds to the animatedness when you've got the running clock going on
So much more
because
intense. There's no
Yeah,
like
inbounding the volume.
there's and there's no like strategy to play with time. Like it's just like well there is, but like you
it's
can't,
just
like, call
urgency.
timeouts.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
urgency.
Everything like you foul, and then it's like, oh, that's like a minute gone.
It's so sad when you're on the wrong side of it though.
Oh
And
yeah,
you're like,
and you
"Fuck,
can't do
we
anything,
can't-"
and then
Yeah.
just like throwing the ball around.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well played.
funny.
And then you're always like, you fucking can't. And then it's like, you do it the next week.
One of the best ones I've done was like we led. We had the ball, we led, and there was 10 seconds left on the clock, and I've got an side out of bounds. Just take as long as you want to
Big
get the
brain.
ball. And then I stood there, just tucked it under my arm, and just made the ref blow a 5-second violation while the clock was still ticking. Like I'm not risking that.
Yeah.
And then
Inbound?
put the ball on the floor.
Yeah, and then game set match.
Actually, talking about a big finish in basketball. This is coming back. So I got a Facebook memory from a decade ago, earlier this week.
A
And it was
decade?
A decade.
2011.
I know who this is about.
And it was So I don't think the game was like close or anything.
Similar to the
Mate,
story
you played,
last week.
you played for a few years. Not many of them were close.
It's like it was like under 12s, under 14s or whatever. It was like very close to the end of the game. There was a bunch of boys from our school as well who were playing in the game after us, so they were all watching.
Yeah.
And this one guy jacked up like it was like end of the game. He's just sort of like running down.
And does this guy hit many threes?
Doesn't take many.
But when he does,
Makes a
they
good
do.
rack though. Like he'll hit a good percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like one of the sharpest shooters in the team, but just refuses
Yeah,
to
doesn't like to
shoot.
shoot.
Facts.
Everyone should know who we're talking about as well.
And then he'll know because every year the memory comes up. I tag him in it
Every year.
Hot refresh.
But basically, what happened was he was running down, like, took a borderline like half court shot and sunk it.
King shit.
And everyone lost their shit. Like all the boys like watching, all the team, and then
Everyone
the ref
live.
had already called it a travel.
Before it
And
went
then
in.
went in, and then it was a ref who like we sort of know also now, and he was like, "Oh, like, no, you got to wipe it." he was like,
so
"No,
sorry.
yeah." He's like,
heartbreak set in. Before we finish up the footy chat and all this is our big sports chat.
Sports segment.
Sports tonight. Sports this morning. What do we think about the footy? It's never been better.
It's a cool sport.
It's never been.
it's a yes from me.
It's never been better. The new rule that I spoke about a couple of weeks ago, I take everything I said back. I enjoy the man on the mark
Oh,
crap.
really?
I think it could be. I think it's been adjudicated well. The first couple of weeks was not pretty, like pre-season.
The players hate it.
I think for field kicking's fine. For goal kicking, we could make some genuine changes. Just make it a little bit more lax. It's an interesting look when you're 50 out and you've just got blokes just like peeling around about 10, 15 metres to kick the ball around the man on the mark.
Yeah, no, I know what
Don't
you
love
mean.
that. But even if it's just 50 to 50, happy with that.
Yeah.
Or like there's no, in your defensive 50, there's no,
Yeah,
You
because
don't
it's
have to
been
fucking
a
do
lot
it.
of it's been high scoring.
yeah, super high scoring. Good fun to watch. And like my favourite period of footy was when you had like Matthew Lloyd kicking a bag,
Lloyd.
Brendan Favola
Lloyd.
kicking a bag, Jonathan Brown kicking a bag. Like these blokes, even like as recent as Buddy Franklin kicking like 10. Like just that was footy. We're getting back to that. There's been a few bags kicked. I like that.
It's going back to the standing on the mark.
Yeah.
I saw it last night on that last kick of the Brisbane game.
Jeremy Howe doing
Wasn't it Grundy?
no.
Was it Grundy?
He did a cartwheel
Jeremy Howe.
right behind the guy.
Yeah,
on the
Jeremy
mark.
Howe
I
just
thought that
did-
was gonna work. That would get me.
What would you do if you had the game's finished? This
Some
is
people-
this is the grand final.
What if some people do get their bums out?
Yeah, is that like indecent assault? If you
Think
if
so.
you got
I
10
think
people
you
with
would be
you,
and
just-
there would be kids in the crowd, so I think you'd be
Yeah.
on a list.
brings a whole new meaning to Mason Cox, doesn't it?
So guys, Easter's coming up. We're 2 days away.
We're 2 days away.
It's one of the few things that I truly miss about being vegan.
Chalk.
Shock.
No, but specifically Easter chocolate
Facts.
hits different.
Facts.
Big
That's a
call.
I don't know
fact.
Big
what
call.
the fuck they do.
What is it?
Woo, big call.
And it's like
It's crazy. It's so much better than like a normal Cadbury like block of chocolates. So much better. Easter chocolate.
it's
so
like-
much better.
the recipe must be
It
different.
has to be.
Uh,
What are your thoughts, Jake?
No, I enjoyed the little debate. Is it because it's hollow?
I don't
Silence on the panel.
Me trying to explain that that's not how it works.
But I think because like it must be built. It's built different because
I have something to say.
Go.
Even the little eggs,
Yeah,
are
that's
full.
exactly what I was gonna say. They're not hollow.
yeah, that's a good point.
There
They're
must be
thick boys.
something else.
So you reckon Like a normal Cadbury block is different to a Cadbury little ball.
Yeah.
I 100%
I
do.
do think so.
Wowee. Conspiracy spirits with the Mac
And I like that. Obviously, Easter chocolate is better than normal chocolate.
You
but
can't
like-
eat it.
I have memories.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, you can eat dark chocolate.
Yeah, I can eat dark chocolate.
Which is
You
shit.
poor boy.
But it's like I like that they don't. They keep it for Easter, you know.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
not
There's
like
never
a
like
year round. You can get an egg.
Yeah.
Do you know what they don't keep? Now it's all year round.
What?
Hot cross buns.
Yeah.
You can get them. I'm pretty sure we've had not for Christmas, but around Christmas.
Yeah.
They're always about now. There was a period where they were the same. Like you couldn't get hot cross buns like just in
Yeah, it's cool like that.
just in
I
general.
feel like you would make more money off having it just being like a seasonal thing. 'Cause then everyone's like, oh, hot cross buns. Like,
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
buys
you
it,
do
even
buy
if you're not
them.
going to
Yeah.
eat them. Like, I don't like them, but if
Yeah.
I saw them,
It's
I'd
like
go
if
get them.
crumpets.
But
were
do
only
you
out-
eat them?
No,
Oh.
I don't like them.
So why would you get them?
Just 'cause for the fun. I want
Like,
to
if
be a
they
part
had-
of the
If
fun.
they had crumpets for a month,
Buying hot cross buns for a laugh.
if there was like October was like crumpet month,
Or the Queen's
I would
birthday.
eat so many crumpets.
Facts. Yeah, legit.
Yeah, I get.
It
I
would
see
just
where you're
become
coming
your
from.
thing. Like, if you liked hot cross buns,
Do you like
would-
hot cross buns?
Yeah, I do. Although I think we're all in the same boat.
Hate them.
I'm not a big fan of sultanas.
Oh yeah.
Now you can get ones without sultanas.
Everyone
Yeah,
likes
they're
the chocolate
good, yeah.
ones.
The
What,
chocolate ones
what do
are
they
too much.
taste like?
It's just
Sultana.
like
I don't think I've ever had one. Is that
Had what?
No,
cross
you
bun.
would have had a hot. It's just
I
like
actually don't think I've had one.
it's like
Maybe
bread,
that
but
sounds
it's
like-
like a
It
bit
is.
sweeter.
it's like sweetbread?
Sweet bread.
It's good. You fry it up. Not
Fry.
it up, but, like, you put it in
I
the.
think you're doing it wrong.
You put it in like the griller,
Yeah.
and it gets all crusty on the outside, like really hard and like oh.
Burnt.
But then on the inside, it's smooth dough.
Oh, smooth dough
And
from
then you
Joe.
put your and then you put it on your butter alternative. No, your non-dairy butter alternative on top of it,
Oh, man,
and
you're
then
making it sound
it just
even
melts
worse than
into it.
is.
Oh.
Do it again. Yeah, gross.
I actually don't think I've had one this year.
Well, we've got stacks out there because Junior Boy and I aren't going to fucking touch them. A lot of people split decisions on hot cross buns. We'll share a poll. We've shared a few Easter polls. We'll share a hot cross bun poll. Fuck it today. We've a busy day. Let's do that.
Hot crust buns are whack.
Hot cross buns are they crap or are they whack? They're both bad. You guys, we did actually put out a poll earlier this week in theme of the old the big bunny boy. What do you call him? The bunyip boy,
The bunion.
the bunyan.
The Easter bunyip.
Now
Put up two.
we did, yeah. We went crazy.
two-part.
We went crazy with it. We had one, and then
Crazy. Go stupid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
don't know what that is. So we put out one, and then high demand meant you gotta give the people what they want.
Exactly.
We had a question which was simply, do you prefer white chocolate or do you prefer milk chocolate?
Ooh.
And wait, so overall, the three chocolates. What are all of us?
milk.
White.
Dark.
Oh, the spectrum.
That's the spectrum.
Those two are on the spectrum.
We had over 100 and quick math, 135 people. Yeah, that's accurate. Cast their votes for milk or white chocolate. Any quick early guesses?
Milk
gonna say
wins.
milk one.
Milk wins.
Milk's too generic, eh?
I
Milk
think-
had 114 votes coming in with what number is that? That's 84% of the votes, which is a lot. With
that
white
divided by
white
3?
chocolate having just the 21.
Ooh.
White chocolate was always good as like
Any big names in the white
every
chocolate?
now and again, like a top deck.
Do you know what? You know those Freddo frogs with half choc, half white?
Yeah.
Take off the white, put it in the bin.
Just give it to
Yeah,
me.
you know he loves white chocolate.
Yeah, but he's never there.
Oh my god.
top deck.
Do you know?
Just biting through the underneath.
Do you know what they've done, and which annoyed me? I used to get Nan. Nan used to buy strictly white Freddos
Yeah.
in a bag of like 30. You can't find them anymore. You cannot find them.
Albino Freddos.
You can get the milk ones, piece of piss, and you can get the milky top and dark man
Yep.
bottoms. But you can't get the white. You can't get the strictly white to top to toe.
I feel like
Why?
You know the other one you can't
It's very
get.
political.
You know the one with the peppermint on the inside?
Ew.
They were like a festive treat, weren't they?
They're good.
That's all we had to add. We also,
They're good.
as we
I like
mentioned,
them.
so we've got
Strawberry on the inside.
I actually haven't
Yeah,
tried
there
the
was like a few
strawberry. People
featured
love them.
Freddos.
Yeah.
Freddos are cool.
Freddos,
Also-
Freddos taste different.
Facts.
Yeah. And
Wait,
also
are
when
they Cadbury?
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also when like you do the little like raisin money and then you have the
Yeah.
Yeah.
what we
Yes,
used to do because we would you get roped into selling them or whatever and mum would just go fuck it, it's like $50 for the box or whatever.
Yeah, just pay.
I'll just
$50.
buy it and it
yeah.
can just be in the pantry.
Yeah, they were the days.
They go hard.
They were
Yeah, because
fun
the
days.
big ones, like a big
And they used to have
Caramel
the
koala.
white guys
yeah,
as well.
a giant white guy.
Yeah, that's the best sort of
Yeah,
white
Mason
guy.
Cox.
So obviously we're in the camp of white chocolate, milk chocolate,
And
and there was a few people who obviously wanted to discuss the lesser of the two evils,
Come to the dark side.
the old dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate is
So we didn't compare it. It's a
not fair.
standalone because it's not really chocolate.
yes or
it's,
no.
it's
I
not
think-
really
I
chocolate.
think-
It's just like cocoa.
I think dark and
dirt.
white would be interesting to see. Obviously, milk would
Wow.
win out of everything.
Okay.
But I think because do people like not like white chocolate?
Well,
me.
ever like just hate it
Yeah, it's weird.
as
It
much.
doesn't taste like chocolate. It's
Yeah,
just
what
like
is
weird
it?
white stuff.
Does it have cocoa in
It's
it?
like weird white stuff. No, I don't think it's not made of coconut.
No, cocoa.
Oh,
Nut.
I'm not sure.
Is it vanilla?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, so many questions.
doesn't-
Yeah, so many questions.
How did the dark chocolate go? It was a yes or a no.
It was a good or shit. We went hard. We didn't.
Bang.
Yeah, it wasn't a yes or a no. It was a good or a shit.
And
I was genuinely stunned. We had over 130 people vote for this one as well. Bang. And 62% of people said it was good.
Oh, 62%.
Said it was good.
Yes, I think you said 60 people, and I was like, oh, that's like just under half.
No. More. 82 people said it was good.
I think
62%. That's a lot.
that is a
That is
lot.
way more than.
Definitely wasn't.
dark chocolate,
me.
it's a bit more mature.
It's a bit shit. That's what it is.
Like, yeah, I like it. Although you get ones that are like 90.
A lot of tends to be. Oh, I was gonna say there's a lot of girls, but
We're getting toward the blokes.
yeah, there's a fair few lads in there as well. There's
Although-
some interesting names. I've lost a lot of
Yeah.
respect for 82 people.
To be fair, some dark chocolate you
What?
get like the 95%, which like tastes like proper dirt.
What does?
Oh,
Oh,
like-
so you can get. Oh,
There's
so
like-
there's
like-
another spectrum.
Of the lint, there's like a
So you
percentage
get
of
chocolate, dark chocolate. It goes, I don't know what. There's like 70%, 75, 80%. Then they go like.
He's just saying
No,
percentages.
these are, you can actually.
We
it says it on
understand.
the- It says it on the box, and then there's like
on the
I
box.
hope
like
so.
ones that are like 90 plus. It like
Just becomes.
it's
shit.
so bitter.
Maybe
It
that's
tastes
all
like
I've had.
dirt. No, I don't think these are like.
Oh.
These
Like
are like
the special
niche
stuff.
ones. Yeah.
Oh,
I've had people. I'm
It's
like,
just
I tell
dust.
people, I'm like, oh yeah, I really like dark chocolate. So they're probably like, oh well, they like dark chocolate. This one's got the highest number. Must be the one to get.
the
Yeah.
darker the better. What chocolate are you allowed to eat? What's the cutoff for you?
It's around. So it depends on what it says on the pack,
Joe's vegan.
what it contains or whatever. But the general rule is if it's like 70% dark, then it's fine. This is what the lint lady told me.
Jesus, that
Hopefully
does.
she wasn't fibbing.
Good morning, it's Cheesy here, and to breaking news, the new podcast is now out. So jump on Apple Pods, Spotify, and start streaming. And on the weekend, obviously jump on YouTube and rewatch it. Doesn't matter how many times you watch it, you'll never get bored. So jump on board with the boys and have a fucking good time.
So boys, we're all good blokes, aren't we?
Oh, of course.
We try to do. We try to be good blokes from time to time. And we try to do good deeds from time to time. But sometimes those good deeds go wrong.
Dun dun dun. I've got a couple stories of good deeds gone wrong.
Ooh.
We can't just keep playing that for everything. No more.
So my first good deed, it was so both of these good deeds I was actually the recipient of.
Oh,
Oh wait,
Which is
they
good to
went
hear.
wrong to you.
No, they went wrong. Oh,
yes. Yes.
Sorta.
So they tried to be good to Joe.
they were being nice to me, and then it turned out bad.
It backfired.
PogChamp. So we're not good blokes. Other people are good blokes. to
We're
you.
good. We're good blokes.
Of course.
Joe's
the
Joe's
thing
the
is-
least goodest
No,
of,
so
the,
these are
of the
good.
lot.
Stage
Good deeds
left.
gone bad.
Know your role.
My
Play your
good
role.
deeds don't go bad. So the first one, let's flash back a couple of years. It's Lent. it's Lent, and I'm a good Christian boy, so of course I had given up Lent. I'd given up,
Given up Lent.
I had given up chocolate.
I'm done with it. I'm
You
done with it.
You atheist.
I had given up chocolate for Lent. Which
Now, what is Lent for those?
I think surely people know.
Gather round, gather round. So Lent is the 40 days before Good Friday, where Jesus went into the desert to fast.
Yeah.
It's like March Madness.
Yeah, Jesus.
for Easter.
It was
Jesus
March.
March Madness. So Jesus goes off into the desert to fast. It's sort of like his sort of last journey before he comes back
Yeah.
to do
Okay.
his whole Good Friday gag.
He's magic. He's magic.
His big magic trick.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's very exciting. It's a showstopper. It truly is.
He was just
His
practicing card tricks and shit. in the
His
desert.
For 40 days, I went, this isn't going to cut it. This isn't going to cut it. Gonna have to do something bigger than this. Jesus, literally.
Planned something wild.
His April Fool's stint.
Anyway, so for Lent, is as is tradition for people to similarly give something up for Lent.
Yeah.
So I had given up chocolate. It was sort of a running thing I did. I'd give up chocolate because, you know,
This
you
is
give
a-
up chocolate, you don't have chocolate for 40 days. Easter hits,
Bang.
so much chocolate. It's like it's like the payoff is so good. And anyway,
That's why he's a vegan. Just waiting
Yeah.
for that 40-year
Oh.
payoff. Can't wait for it.
that Big Mac's gonna slap. So then we had gone down to Margaret River as a fam
Hell yeah.
for a day or something. It was lovely, lovely spot in Margaret River. And
Was
one
I
of the-
invited? I don't remember any of
Was
this.
this when we went with the... We used to go with Virums.
No, that's Moore River.
Names dropped.
Okay, Margaret.
Names dropped. Gonna have to
Um,
edit that out. Thanks for that.
And then-
I don't care what. They go to Margaret River.
Moore River.
Fucking hell. Exactly. We don't even know.
So then we're seeing the sights of Margaret River. Obviously, massive, famous.
Don't think we went to Margaret River.
Yeah,
Oh, wait. Is this the chocolate factory?
the Margaret River Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
I don't think that's in Margaret River.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Keep telling your
It's
story.
ages away, isn't it?
I don't think it. I think it's just
There's
in the
one
hills.
in like Bunbury.
Oh, what? Anyway, so we're at the chocolate factory.
Yeah.
The choc-
Mum had planned it like, oh yeah, this would be like such a fun trip for the fam or whatever.
Oh.
It's the middle of Lent.
Oh, was it a surprise?
I don't think it
remember
was a
this.
surprise. It was sort of
so
ad
y-
hoc.
So you knew that we were going to the chocolate factory?
I think I knew we were going to Margaret River, and then we went to the chocolate factory.
Oh,
And then,
fuck
you know, there's all the free samples and stuff. Everyone's just going ham. And I was like,
Bruh.
oh, actually, I can't eat chocolate because of the whole Lent thing.
The Margaret River Chocolate Company is in Murray Street in Perth.
Nah, it wasn't the one in the city, though. It was far away.
All right, keep going. I'll find it.
I do remember. It's like rural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
was
think
like
it was in the hills. I don't think we went to Margaret River for chocolate.
How far away is Margaret River?
Like a couple of hours.
It felt like a long trip when I was a kid.
No, well, you were deficient of chocolate.
Yeah,
When you're a
anyway.
kid, it would have felt like years that you didn't
So-
have chocolate.
Mum had planned such a lovely trip to the hills or Margaret River or Murray Street, wherever.
Murray.
All right.
And yeah, and then we get there, and then I'm like, no, I can't eat chocolate because you know it's Lent. And now Mum looks like she's just brought me here to like tempt me,
Yeah.
much
Oh,
like the
devil.
Jesus with the devil.
The serpent.
So what ended up? So I was obviously she was like, no, you can eat chocolate. It's fine.
That's not the rule.
But then what she ended up doing was buying me a bunch of lovely Margaret River chocolate. For when I could have when Lent was over. So it turned out it was a good deed, but at the time she felt terrible. She seemed like she was a bit of a bully at the time, even though it was in no way the intention. She had just forgot.
Dog deeds. There's another good.
Dog deeds. There we go.
There's
The
another
name of
good
the segment.
deed that went on. This is years ago. This was one of my favorites. I was still in high school. I think you were in primary school, and you were home from school on this occasion.
Yeah.
I vividly remember getting a text in class on like our family chat, and it was just Joe saying like I'm a bit crook, not feeling too flash, and Mum going, oh, like hope you're all good, and you made it obvious that you weren't feeling all that flash. Now Mum was at work, you were home alone,
Hell yeah.
and basically she called Nan and was like, asked Nan to come around and look after you.
Yeah, because there's like times where you're sick, you just got a cold over, you just need a rest. But then there are other times where
You're
you're
quite ill.
violently ill.
Yeah,
And,
and that's one of these times.
yeah, you can't really be alone because, you know, you feel, you know, you're just that ill.
Yeah.
Aw.
So Nan,
Nando.
So the call went out to Nan. Nan,
Saviour.
come down, look after Joey boy. And I don't even think Mum would have said that. Would just let Nan know that you were home alone.
Yeah.
And she just would have gone, bloody hell, I'm going to go look after the young fella. Boy, did she not know what she was getting involved in. So Nan's driven over. She lives in where, like Applecross, Ardros area.
About
Yeah,
20 minute
GC.
drive.
And she's made the journey back over to Riverton.
Rip our way.
It's about 10, 15 minutes.
And I think on the way, I think she popped into Brumbies.
Juicins.
Brumbies.
Brumbies, yep.
You know,
Shout out to Brumbies.
pick up a pie and
Big
stuff.
fans of the show. If you're listening, if you're part of the Brumbies organisation, well, we like pies and sausage rolls and the cakes, the cupcakes of Brumbies, all time.
Yes, I think she picked
Side
me
note.
up some stuff for lunch. Epic Nan moment, you know how it is. And then she was coming over. But while she was coming over, I was not having a very good time.
He was not.
So I was in the laundry, vomiting
Yeah.
a shit load, essentially.
Yeah.
So I had, and I
laundromat.
think it was one of those ones where like it was just sort of coming up, and I was like running
Yeah, that's
to
Because
the
it-
nearest like sink that's not the kitchen sink.
like, you know when you're feeling it's coming, but you're like, well, I'm not going to get anywhere that this is going to be like clean well off. And you're running. That's right.
The opposite of attack.
The
Jack.
pace
Straight into the laundry. And the laundry was tiled. But that didn't matter at this point. But you because you just projectiled and it hit the basin and just like splash.
Well, I think it's one of those things where you know it's like when you get home and you're like, oh, I know the toilet's nearby, so like now I really need to.
Yeah,
I really need to
We've
pee.
spoken about this before.
So it's like that, and I'm running. It's like, oh, there's the laundry, and then like, I think
Close enough.
I think like in my head, I was like, make it to the laundry, then I can vomit. Like that was just what I was thinking. Like, get to the laundry, vomit. Laundry, vomit. Foot in the door, vomit. So that's what happened. And I vomited all over the floor, just yacked
Hit the wash.
everywhere. It's probably all over the washing machine.
Yeah, because it just splashed off the tiles, hit the washing machine and just like sprayed. Just so the whole laundry's
Landed
fucked.
in the dog's water bowl.
Oh yeah, pure chaos. And then when you're that sick, the last thing you want to do
You
is
just
clean
clean
that
it up,
shit
yeah.
up. So you've just chuffed off back to the couch, and then you text the group chat again. I remember this. I was in math, and the message just came through. In between. So at this point, Mum's text back saying Nan's on her way, and Joe's gone, oh, that's great. And then Joe's text back, oh, I've just been sick. And then Mum's gone, oh, that's no good. And then all within like a matter of minutes, the text chain has just gone off. Doof, 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 doof. And I'm wetting myself in class. The following texts went as followed, and then Joe, you can piece it together with a little bit more detail, right?
And this is just, I want to preface this. This is probably the worst I've ever felt about the way that my actions have directly or indirectly impacted another person.
He's the evil brother of the Mac Pack. Now, the text went as followed. From the beginning, it was, hey Joe, how you feeling?
We could
yeah,
probably
not great.
Not great.
Okay, I'll call Nan. Mum again. Nan's coming over. Okay, thanks, Mum.
Bring pies.
I've just been sick. Oh, that's no good. Nan should be there soon. Silence.
Dead air.
Here we go. There was no. Okay, it was simply. Nan slipped in my vomit, smacked her face on the tiles, and is bleeding. What do you mean? She slipped on my vomit. I vomited in the laundry. She got here, opened up the door, slipped, smacked her face square on the tiles. Just about broke her nose. Blood everywhere. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And she was trying to do an extra good deed by going around the back.
Yeah,
because-
so that's right. So she slipped. She got to ours. She went round the back.
so
she
Joe didn't have
didn't-
to come to the door.
Yeah, because she had a key, but not for the front door, just for the back door. And she thought she'd just like let herself in gently, and that was mate, to be on the floor on the wall. She's opened up the door, taken one step in, must have slipped forward because
Yeah,
she
must have,
smacked
like,
the
gone.
shit out of her actual
Yeah, I
face.
know.
How'd you go when you come in?
I just remember feeling panicked and bad. And
Do you think there was a burglar?
Did you hear it?
no, I knew it was. I knew
What
it
was
was
this?
bad.
What was the soundtrack?
I I knew it was Nan. I knew it was Nan. Got it. I remember coming home from school, walking in with Mum, and like the text chain just stopped because you were really apologetic,
And
right?
I was trying to help her now.
Yeah. So the roles
have reversed.
I remember coming.
Joe walked to Brumbies. I'll get your pie
This one's covered in vomit.
and blood.
I remember coming home, walking into the lounge, and just seeing you sat there with your head in a bucket, Nan laying on the couch with 2 ice packs on her head, and just thinking, big day. All right, boys, we're going to wrap up this week's episode of the MacPack Podcast as we do every single week on the MacPack Podcast without Everyday Hero. Now,
Before you get into
oh
it,
my
I just
God.
want to say,
cut me off.
I think for the last story, we got to give Nan an honorary everyday hero for her actions in the past. You know.
Yeah, legit.
That's
if,
probably fair.
If we were doing the podcast back then, she would have got
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sure there'll be plenty of stories over the journey where she's been a lifelong everyday
Yeah,
hero.
she's
There's
an every life hero.
we could bundle up. We could also bundle up the Roadcaster Pro for being this week's everyday hero as
Yeah.
well. The thing has come back to life and has given us.
Or Carlton Dry.
Also, the
yeah,
concept of evaporation.
Yep, fantastic. Whoever decided that was a good idea, fucking shout out to you. Dangling a Roadcaster upside down for 24 hours, fucking bloody smart idea.
Paper towels.
Paper towels, also incredibly good. But this week's going to an individual.
Yes.
As always.
Now, this individual, a lot of mine come, and I've noticed a lot of mine come on my commute.
Yeah.
I'm always out. I'm looking in the streets for these everyday heroes.
Never watching the road, just watching the heroes.
And on this occasion, this wasn't one that I had to find. This is one that presented itself, and it presented itself in one of the nicest manners.
Go on.
Now, I don't know the street, but it's near Freo. There's like a Caltex type petrol station.
Yeah.
No affiliation with Caltex.
Not yet.
And we're sitting
like
at
South Street.
sort of. Yeah, coming down South Street, but it's like the closest one.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, on this occasion, there was a young man. I'm sitting at the set of lights behind one other car. And there's a man who I've seen a fair bit recently. He wears jeans. He wears like quite a big shirt and a nice baseball hat.
Yep.
True.
Like you in a couple of years.
But he's got a sign. He's obviously unemployed, and the sign
I
says
think I know him.
looking for work, and it's got his phone number. Now, he's stood there for weeks and weeks. He's there most days. And on
I've
this,
seen him before.
and that to me says the campaign isn't working, Super Flash. That's just a statement. That's not me. If I had work to give, he could fucking come and do the podcast. We couldn't pay him a cent, but
Get him on.
anyway, on this
He's there.
occasion, on this occasion, he's there, and there's a car in front of me, and I noticed he like looked into this car, and I was like, "Oh, this is a bit interesting," and then he waved,
Yes.
and then I quickly became apparent the window got put down.
Oh.
It's in the back of the car. It's not the front. It's the back passenger. And there was a little child waving back, and he was just like pulling faces at the kid and like being really nice and being really friendly. And obviously like brightened up their day, and it just shows he's probably down on his luck. He's looking for jobs.
Yep.
He's obviously probably been hit by the old Mr. COVID.
Yeah.
Lost his job through the Mr. COVIDs. But even when you're in that state of need,
Despair.
yeah, you can still use your energy to brighten someone else's day.
Did the kid initiate the face making, or did the guy initiate?
I wasn't in the car. I'm not
I would
necessarily
say it would
sure.
be the kid.
I would think the kid.
I
So
would-
who's the hero? Is it the kid or the guy?
It's the guy. The guy.
No, because the thing is, kids do that all the time.
But you don't
And
have
the
to always
adults
have
don't
to.
always reciprocate.
And if you're in a position, you're probably not stoked. It was like a 40-degree day. He's standing in
Yeah.
the heat. He's looking for work, and he's obviously not having much luck.
That's
He's
a man you want to hire.
spot on.
100%.
So that's why this week's everyday hero is that man,
The sign guy.
the sign guy. All right, that brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack Podcast, episode 27 in the books.
In the bookies.
We didn't think it was going to happen.
We genuinely
did it.
we didn't, and we're super excited that the AM Still 8. No,
Oh,
it's just
we've
ticked
hit the
over.
PM.
Happy lunchtime on Good Friday. This one will be out hopefully pretty soon.
Well, you'll be listening to it, so you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, I'll see you in a few hours.
It's been an absolute pleasure to sit next to the two of you once again.
Always is.
Thanks for not spilling any beer on this.
Yeah, we don't have any beers on the
Yeah.
table at this present time, mainly because it was 11 a.m. when we started. Hasn't stopped Jake before. We're stopping today.
Yeah, will we go?
Jake's
Will we
got-
go back to beers on the?
Jake's got this.
We might just keep
we
a
need to get one of those.
vodka OJ.
Jake's got this drink. It's vodka.
We need to get one of those. You know, you see the infomercials where it's like, it's the bottle that you can't knock over, and then they're like, doof, and it like just keeps standing up.
I can honestly
Yeah.
say
Maybe
I've,
we
I've
should-
never seen that
neither.
ever.
Maybe we should try and get sponsored by those guys.
Jake needs a sippy cup.
Yeah, Jake. Well, you're the one who knocked it
You
over.
just need to stop punching beers.
Fair enough.
But yes, the episode is all wrapped up. We hope that you have an absolutely lovely Easter weekend. We'll be back joining you at our regular time, sort of Friday 8 a.m. this time next week with a fresh episode of the MacPack podcast. We also have our March Madness video that'll go out. We plan to do the competition at some stage this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got 4 days. Surely we can suss
A
that.
little, a little teaser clip will be released soon as well.
We'll get a teaser clip, and then we'll do a full clip, a full video that'll basically outline the whole tourney,
Yeah.
which will be
Should be good.
bloody
So
exciting.
next-
So that'll be on Instagram, and fuck it, we'll probably chuck it on YouTube as well. That'll be
So
good
next
fun.
week will be Friday will be like the 9th of April or whatever, and then the next week after that will
Riley.
be all fully grown adults.
Whoa.
Riley Boy turns 18 in 13 days.
That's going to be a good episode, I think.
It's gonna be a big one.
The boys,
Yeah.
The boys on the brewskis.
Fucking oath. So stay tuned for that.
Bloody yeah.
But until now, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember
Go
to
give your mama a hug.
ciao for now, but not forever.